Hey, Weintek warriors. Welcome to Weintek Live. Weintek Live is our new weekly live training session. Each week, we cover a new topic to help you on your Weintek HMI application building journey. This live session will run for around 15 minutes, and if you have any questions related to the content being discussed, please wait until after the training session, and we will address some of your questions then. Today, we will cover how to monitor an HMI locally using some of our tools and third-party applications. Okay, so first up, let's take a look at CMT Viewer. And to download CMT Viewer, just head to our forum, forum.wintechusa.com, sign up, and within the software drop-down list, you can download CMT Viewer. All right, so let's just pop open CMT Viewer. Upon opening CMT Viewer, this is what you'll see. And to access an HMI locally, hit this orange button in the top right and hit the plus symbol. You'll then be prompted to enter the HMI's password. The default password for all Weintek HMIs is 111111. Bam, and just like that, we're in. Okay, CMT Viewer is an application that allows multi-user controls. Its clients can navigate to and modify the parameters on separate screens independently. And unlike WebView or VNC, which we'll cover here shortly, the operator or those connected via VNC will not see the HMI's window change when you navigate to different areas of the project. And to demonstrate that, I'm going to pull up let's see, our HMI, and we're viewing this HMI using third-party VNC software, which we'll talk more about here soon. Okay, so let's say that we have our operator logged in at the HMI. In this case, it will be Frank. Enter his password. Log in. And we're logged in. Again, this is what the operator would see locally. All right. So let's head on over to CMT Viewer. And as I had mentioned earlier, each client using CMT Viewer has its own separate instance of the HMI application. So let's say Frank's manager needs to log in, check out some settings, maybe check out some data sampling. Let's log in. Old Gary. Manager Gary logs in, and as you can see, it's a completely separate instance. We didn't see Gary logging in on the local HMI, which Frank, the operator, is currently on. All right, now that we're logged in with Gary, we can see a few objects here that Frank cannot, and that is because they are protected with class-based permissions, and Frank does not have those permissions. And we did cover that in past episodes of Weintek Live. All right, so Gary's logged in. He needs to check some data, maybe some alarms, and Frank is none the wiser. He cannot see Gary logged in and maybe changing some settings here. Oh, we got a warning. We'll turn that off. Head home, and Gary sees none of this. It's perfect for making changes and not interrupting what the operator sees. Okay, so max users for CMT Viewer is 10 users. However, too many sessions may impact HMI performance, so we recommend a maximum of 3 concurrent CMT Viewer connections. And if you head to your Easy Builder Pro program, in the Home tab, select the System Parameters and then the Remote tab, we can configure the max user count for CMT Viewer. And here we have it set at 3. That's what you will see. That's the default value. if you have not changed it. We also have a warning stating that too many users could affect HMI performance. Now let's talk a bit about VNC, third-party apps. Stuff like Real VNC. There's a whole lot of VNC applications out there that you could use. And again, when you use VNC, any changes that you make, if you log in as someone else, this is going to affect the local HMI that the operator's looking at. So yeah, any changes made, the operator's going to see it. So if you were going to head to a secret engineering window within VNC, Frank the operator will see old Gary as manager logging in. And making any changes. So max users for any third-party VNC apps is 10. However, we recommend that only 2 concurrent VNC connections happen. Otherwise, performance may be affected. And if we head to Easy Builder Pro in the System Parameter Settings, again in the Remote tab, we can configure our VNC server settings. For this example, I've chosen password free, so I could quickly log in. But we do have a couple other VNC server options here. Also, within the HMI's settings, just select the disk on the top left of the HMI, and you enter the password. Again, 111111 is the default password. You can then scroll down and we have a VNC setting tab. And here we can start VNC, enable VNC multi-connections, and configure the password for VNC. Now let's take a look at the HMI's web server, or EasyWeb 2.0. To access the HMI's web server, just head to your browser and enter the HMI's IP address in your browser's bar. Bam, and there it is. We have our web server, EasyWeb 2.0. You'll be prompted to enter your password, which if you have not changed it, it is 111111. Logging in. And EasyWeb 2.0 allows you to make changes to various HMI settings, such as within the Network tab, if you select Ethernet, you can set IP network addressing for the HMI. Within the Project tab, we can restart, update, or back up a project. We can assign users permissions or take them away within the Enhanced Security tab. And then within the Data tab, we can take a look at sample data within the project. You would have to set that up first, of course. Data sampling. We can look at alarms within the Event Log tab. And within the Features tab, if you select the Web View Settings option, we have, you would have to enable it at first and click the button. We will then be whisked away to WebView. And WebView is essentially a web-based VNC client. This means that you can control the HMI just as if you were standing in front of it. And we have the option to enter control mode or view mode. I'll select control mode, enter the password, and we're in. And just like the third-party VNC app that we covered earlier, anything that happens here will be reflected on the local HMI. So let's just put this to the side and we'll take our other VNC connection, our third-party VNC connection. So yeah, any changes made within WebView will be reflected on the local HMI, as you could see here. Log out, log in. The operator can see all of this. And that's where CMT Viewer really shines, as you have your own instance of the HMI's application. And the max users for WebView is 4. If a fifth person tries to access WebViewer, probably won't work. So we do have this great forum post called Remote Viewer Comparison, where we can learn more about the various features available for each remote viewing option. Again, that is the post titled Remote Viewer Comparison on our forum, forum.wintechusa.com. So you're now prepared to start building your application within EasyBuilder Pro. I'll now take a few minutes to answer any questions related to the information we've just covered. If you have a question that's not related to the topics discussed, please check out our forum. Our forum contains many helpful staff-written technical tutorials, and your question may have already been asked and answered by other forum users or us here at Weintek USA. Also, poke around our YouTube channel. There is just a treasure trove of technical video tutorials, and there's always something in the works. It is an invaluable resource.